Joining us now for a look at their full-year results is Ahmed Mahomed, the CEO of Datacentrix. Ahmed, thanks for your time. A couple of years ago, you mentioned how Datacentrix had to adapt to the changing environment. You've got three very distinct business segments. So you've got your managed services, your business solutions, and your technology. In this set of results, we really saw the technology coming through. Tell us how the adaptation of your business is coming along.
Yeah, I think we're quite happy in terms of the positioning of the three segments. Historically, what we termed infrastructure, now termed technology, and I'll explain the reason why, used to be 90% plus of our business, and it was really a commodity-driven business. Essentially, management foresaw at the time that commodity pricing was going to become under pressure, and it's going to become quite competitive in the future. And we changed the strategy to going to managed services. Today, managed services and business solutions effectively contribute north of 50% of our profitability. So the change has been very successful, but fundamentally the technology sector has also changed, and it's not just the commodity sales, but it's complex selling into data centers and more complex solutions in that area as well.
Is this so? It's just the solutions that you're selling, that you're providing, not the hardware itself.
We do both. Historically, we just provided the hardware. Today, we provide the total solution, and that's a significant change and difference in the organization. Instead of just dropping a box and saying, "Here's your laptop," we configure it, we image it, we connect it to the network, and we then subsequently manage that piece of equipment.
Have you found there's been a good reaction to this, what we can only call more customer-friendly type approach?
Absolutely, and you start engaging a lot more strategically with your customers, because now it's not a discussion in terms of a unit entity like buying a tin of baked beans at the supermarket. It's effectively having a discussion as to how we utilize technologies to improve your business efficiencies or drive whatever strategies organizations are driving, whether that's growth or cost savings.
Has there been a welcome appreciation of the fact that you want to share the strategy of your clients yourselves?
We've seen a significant uptake on that. In fact, we've just been awarded by Frost & Sullivan as one of those entities in South Africa that ranks very highly in that space. So the engagement model has taken effect, right. And we're seeing that becoming more and more of a requirement in the local industry. You know, too often I think as IT companies we tend to drop the technology on the customer's lap, and the reality is you need to start architecting that and driving it, and technology is purely an enabler for those entities for business growth, and that's the departure point for us.
Ahmed, just another point on your results. You mentioned that the public sector performance in terms of your revenue, that's improved, but the private sector's come under a bit of pressure. How is this going to impact your bottom line? And you know, historically, were you seeing a lot more of your revenue coming through from the private sector?
I think I must just firstly point out we've secured business to the tune of 500 million, and we've never really historically been in that position. That revenue hasn't flown through, and typically it will affect all three areas of our business. The reality of the situation is, while we segmented in that sort of format, the solutions are very integrated and has an impact on all three divisions, operating divisions. So I think the public sector performance has been subdued for a number of years. We've seen that pick up this year, and in fact we've seen some significant opportunities come through this year, which we on contract phase right now. As far as the private sector, we all know the pressures that the mining industry is facing right now. The telco industry is also in a similar situation, where the heydays of having lucrative margins are under pressure, as we all know. So the cost efficiencies are drivers in those industries, and we're seeing some of that effect on the public sector business for us.
Can I just ask a question about going back to the public sector? You know, as you say, there's a pickup, a return in that sector of the business now. Many companies have said it's all very well to get the contracts. Getting paid is, however, not quite as easy, or even more difficult. Have you found those sort of challenges? Because that can have a severe impact on the future of the cash flow of the company.
Absolutely, and we're very cognizant of the cash flow of the business. As you've seen in the last reporting period, we've generated well, we've converted basically 200% of our profit to cash and in a healthy cash position. So it is a critical area. We have to manage it tightly. It's a lot more challenging in government. No getting away from that, and we make sure that we take the steps necessary to ensure that we do get paid. Yeah. To date, we've been fairly lucky, and we've it may drag out in terms of the payment when we do get paid at some point in time.
Yeah, sooner rather than later, preferably.
Yes.
Your strategy has been organic growth, and recently you've seen the acquisition to buy Infrasol. Tell us about the synergies that you're hoping to derive from there. How important is Infrasol going to be to Datacentrix as a whole?
I think Infrasol is critical for us in the space of data center facilities management. They've got skills which are very complementary to our business. So in that space, they bring quite a bit of skills into the business. We had two options: either build it organically, and we started doing that. But given the positioning of Infrasol and the capability around that area, we brought them on board. It also provides critical mass for us in our business, so economies of scale, applying our investment areas to the benefit of Infrasol and vice versa. You get efficiencies, and through that we should release, or reduce cost in both businesses.
Ahmed, thank you so much for coming in today and giving us a better understanding of your business. I was watching the monitor before whilst you were busy talking. Investors reacting positively, share prices up 2.4%. That was Ahmed Mahomed. He's the Chief Executive of Datacentrix.